Good day, Industrial Advisor listeners, and thank you for tuning in. If you have not subscribed, please do so by clicking subscribe wherever you podcast. Click the like button and hit the bell if you want notifications of when we put up new content. Leave us a comment about anything we discuss here today or general comments about the show. Now, let's get into it.
Welcome to our Industrial Advisors podcast. You have Bill Condon and Matt McGregor, and we have an awesome guest today, Rod Santomassimo, joining us. Rod is the founder and president of the Massimo Group, which is a very established company, #1 commercial real estate broker coaching and consulting organization in the world. I think you coach over 4,000 professionals in building the business and the life that they desire. Rod, I know you've written multiple best-selling books, including Brokers Who Dominate, Teams Built to Dominate, and Knowing Isn't Doing, which was the #1 sales book in America when it launched. We've been fortunate enough to be involved in a few of those books, so we appreciate that. You've won multiple awards. Globe Street designated Rod as the best boss in CRE. What a title that is, man. But
Impressive.
we are really excited, Rod, to have you join our podcast, so appreciate you being on.
Well, gentlemen, it's an honor and exciting for me. I love and I study and I work with dominant brokers or those who become dominant brokers across the world now. And you two are just so dominant in what you do. It's a thrill to be with you.
Well, thank you, Rod. Obviously, we go way back. Love the fact that you're joining our show. Thank you so much. And, I know you started your coaching career, I think in 2008, right? Out of capital markets brokerage. Great timing, by the way, 2008.
Yes, wasn't it?
I'm sure your wife was like, what did you do? But wow, what a run. And we're going to get into that you've been on, obviously the, dominant force in coaching for many, many years now, top author. But let's back up. Tell us about your childhood, who you were as a child and how you got into brokerage before converting it into what a phenomenal company that the Massimo Group is.
Yeah. Matt, you may have a hard time realizing this. I was a shy kid who had no confidence growing up. Wow. That was me. It absolutely was me. I had some issues. I was really premature, had bad asthma, still do. I was blind in one eye, still am. So I just total lack of confidence overall, right? Woe is me. But my father would always push me, always. And he was an architect initially. And he got tired of that. And he told us one day when I was 11 or 12, he's quitting his job and he can work for himself and become a consultant to commercial real estate. I had no idea what that meant. But that was my first entree to entrepreneurship. But what he did was he said, Rod, you're going to read leases. I mean, I'm 12 years old, Matt. And he's saying, Rod, you're going to read leases. You're going to learn that this is what business is all about. And so, when you're 12 years old, I'm sure the last thing you're going to read is a commercial real estate lease.
Oh my God.
Punishment was a better form of it then, but
yes.
He said, read it. And so I learned what a lease was at a young age. Never quite grasped it until later years when I started working in the industry, what it really meant to have a lease. But yeah, my father was very entrepreneurial and he made sure every summer, no matter what, in fact, it's funny because as of this taping, my son just came home last night for college. And I looked at him and said, you're going to have a dad summer. He goes, what's that mean? I said, you're going to see what dad did in all his summers. So every summer it was, 12 hours a day working every day, every summer in some kind of real estate capacity, mostly construction, property management, or doing a variety of things, and finally interning for a real estate firm. But that's how I grew up. I grew up in entrepreneurial ventures and in real estate.
Well, I love that. And I'm going to bring this up because you brought your dad up and I love the relationship you had with him, but I'm going to bring you to MassimoCon, which was in November in Dallas, your annual huge event, a phenomenal event, by the way. Everybody should attend that in the CRE space. But I got to tell this story. You asked me to be one of your guest speakers. I think there were about 10 of us, and you put me last. Okay, which was which was absolutely fine. And there were some
He's the best for
unbelievable.
last, Matt. Always save the best for last.
That's right. There were some unbelievable speakers, but Bill, I don't think I told you the story. So I'm already a little stressed, right? I'm getting in front of this big crowd of all of our competitors, right? And I'm going to somehow motivate them, right? And so Rod, through 2 days and some of the most phenomenal speakers, people that blow my doors in production and everything else, at the end of every single one of them, Rod would say, okay, this was great, but we got Matt McGregor coming, right? I mean, literally this buildup, and I'm starting to get stressed. I'm like, what is he doing, right? And to the point where I think the guy's name, correct me if I always say his last name wrong, Bob Knackle, right?
Bob Knackle.
Okay, this guy blows us away, Bill. He sold his business for 100 million, probably outproduces us fourfold. And to the point where when Bob Knackle was done on stage, standing ovation, the whole thing, he comes up to me and says, I'm changing my flight to listen to yours. I'm like, what, right? So this is build up over this time. And then my heart's beating. I'm up next. And here comes Rod. He comes up and he puts his arm around me and he whispers in my ear and he goes, it's almost go time, Matt. He goes, I've got my father's words of advice. Do you want my father's words of advice? Yes or no? I'm like, yeah. And he whispers in my ear, don't F it up.
So true.
So, yes.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
Well,
Oh
and
my
of
God.
course you crushed the presentation from what
He
I heard.
did.
So yeah,
He
no,
did.
I
He
know.
crushed it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's awesome. So Rod, I'm curious. Tell us a little bit more about why you transitioned out of brokerage and got into and had the vision to get into coaching.
Bill, I just my career was not just being a broker. I ran a law firm at one time. I ran a telecom firm at one time. I was the CEO of a telecom firm. I was CFO of a law firm. I invented a sports watch. I'm a patent inventor. So I was doing all these things to try to find my niche and what I wanted to do. But I was always studying businesses, regardless. I was studying what makes people profitable and what makes people tick. That was my thing. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than doing transactions. And so in 2008, it was the end of a 4-year run with a company called Sperry Van Ness at the time.
Yeah.
And now SVN. And it came down to 2008 when things start to shift. If you remember that.
Oh,
So
for sure.
Mark Van Ness called me in his office. He goes, Rod, we're looking at you and Kevin to run this company, and we're going to go with Kevin Giacomo. Great guy, Kevin. Sadly, tragically, he passed recently with health issues. Great guy. But I said, okay, no problem. I was really excited that I was let go because I'm not an employee. I've never been an employee. I've never been a good employee. I've done well, but that's not who I am. Mm-hmm. So I went back home, 2008. As you all remember, nothing was happening. Nothing. It was really sad, really frightening. Some people say it was worse than a pandemic, which in velocity standpoint, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I just looked at my wife and said, you know what? I'm going to take everything I learned in all these businesses, and I'm going to help people. I'm going to try to help people figure out how to make money in a down market. Think about today, right? In a down market, and we're just going to start helping people. And Bill, I never thought, believe me, I mean, if anyone is starting out in a down market right now, never thought when I was 45 years old when I started this 15 years ago. Matt, I'm going to be 60 in a couple of weeks, cheese and crackers. But anyway, and I never thought Massimo would be where. I never had that vision, that dream until a few years ago. And so I just said, hey, let me coach one person. And luckily, a gentleman named Brent Miller said, yeah, Rod, you can work with me. And thank God. And then more and more. And then one day I called Bob Knackle when I wrote my first book before I talked about you guys. And Bob said, yeah, let's talk about working with me. And that changed everything, right? Then everything changed when that happened. And so we're off and running.
That's cool. That's a great story.
That's awesome. Well, Rod, obviously the world's changed since, the three of us started in our brokerage careers. What made us successful, I think, is different today. What do you see as the biggest obstacles in developing, a brilliant career in CRE in today's world for those guys coming in their first couple of years right now?
Yeah, well, I don't believe in millennial, Z, Gen. I think that's all BS, frankly. Everyone's different and they don't have the same work ethics that we do. Mm-hmm. Look, we're working with people right now in their 20s that are making 7 figures in their first 2 years because they're so committed and convicted to what they do, right? And I think that is the barrier for most people. It's either a mental block of saying, is there a personal barrier they put to themselves? Matt, I know you study the element of mental prep, and the mind says a lot about us, but also it's truly being committed to the craft. I mean, when you become a broker, right, you elect, it's a choice. You elect that this is going to be the vehicle to pay your bills, of course, right? But make some money, build your wealth, maybe build a legacy. And for your case, both you gentlemen, you created to make more margin in your life for your personal families and friends. You did. You did the exact thing people need to do. I think that lack of commitment to truly understanding what it means to own your own business and run it like a business, what kills most brokers' careers, without a doubt. That's it.
Yeah, that's interesting. So in the thousands and thousands of people that you've coached and been around, what are some of the things? What are some of the successful traits that stand out with the very top of the top brokers that you see?
So here, I don't keep many things on my desk, but I'll flash this thing because it's confidential. This is a 16-page 8-font, and Matt, I'm an old man. 8-font doesn't work for me, but it's an 8-font back-to-back business plan from one of our clients on what they have to do, how they have to do it, clients they met, reflections of every deal, where they lost, where they won, what happened, learning, applying lessons to next year. So it's the discipline we talk about in Dominate, right? It's the discipline of being a business owner and truly commit to that. That's it. We talk about NACL. We're laughing about NACL, about being MassimoCon. Bob is probably the most decorated broker I've ever met in the world. He just is. He guy has more awards than any human I've met. But I'll tell you, on Sunday afternoons, Bob and I might be getting on the phone talking about real estate and what we're going to do this week, right? That's what he does. He lives real estate. He'll tell you,
does.
My 3 priorities in life is my family, is God, and is selling buildings. Those are the 3 things he cares about. That's it. So you guys are so entrenched in it. You guys get it. You're committed to the craft. Bill, that's what it is. You got to be committed. It's not a vocation. It is a vocation. It's not a vacation.
That's right.
It's vocation. It is.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, talking about commitment and going back to, the Massimo Group and MassimoCon, I will tell you, Rod, I have been a part of a lot of organizations, a lot of coaching, a lot of motivational stuff through my career, as going all the way back to the Zig Ziglar days. I've just been a lifelong learner. You have created, in my opinion, the gold standard in an unbelievable platform. And I saw it all come together at MassimoCon, where I went, okay, this is incredible the way you put it together with the right amount of, world-class speakers in combination with the right types of brokers, aging from very young, making 7 figures, to senior level, making, Bob money, right? Hundreds of millions. It was an incredible experience, and I didn't expect that. I knew you were world-class, but how do you stay motivated? Where do you go now? You're at the top of the hill.
Well, thank you very much. First and foremost, I don't believe we're at the top of the hill. In fact, I just wrote an email to my team today, and actually wrote a tweet as well this morning. Can you write a tweet or do you tweet? I don't know what it is.
Tweeter. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. But I think right now is the most exciting time in the history of commercial real estate. I truly believe. People are so overshadowed with the storm that was coming across right now. Storms will come and go. They will. I mean, this is no big deal what's going on. I know some people are frightened. It's not a big deal. This is just another storm. But I think right now, Matt and Bill, this is the most exciting time in the history of my years. I've been doing this for almost 40 years now of commercial real estate, because with this element of AI, and if you look what's going on, if you study what people are doing, some of you must know the Khan Academy. I hope most of you know the Khan Academy. Fantastic platform. Well, look at Mr. Khan, Sal Khan's TED Talk they put out the other day in regards to technology and how it can work for people. It is amazing. I'm so pumped right now where this company is going, what we can do, and how we can coach people and help them accelerate their learning and becoming more of authority versus a commodity in the marketplace, and all because of the technology that exists today. I think Massimo, and this is not a commercial. I think Massimo to this 15 years, we've seen nothing yet to what we're capable of doing. I truly do. I signed a contract last night for a new AI developer. I'm pumped. I'm pumped in what we're doing and where we're going.
That's awesome.
That's cool. I listen to your passion, Rod, and that's why, to me, you guys are so successful. I mean, it's just, you can hear it in your voice, man. It's awesome. And when you love what you do, it's easier to be successful. So that's cool. I want to ask you about the latest rollout of Chat GPT and CRE that you're coming out with.
Yeah. It affects everything. Everything. In fact, we went back and we looked at all the modalities of how we coach and what approaches we take and strategies. And within a matter, when someone called me 3 months ago, I get coached by a lot of people, Bill. I know you guys do too. I do too. I think it's really important that we all can grow. Intellectual curiosity is the difference of those who make a lot of money or whatever, success in any way you want to measure it. But this kid called me up who I trust, and he said, Rod, look at this thing called Chat GPT. And I got on a Zoom call and I looked at it and I went, game changer. Everything changes right now, this day. I knew it. I saw it. It was obvious. So we're changing everything at Massimo because look, Bill, right now, this is a fact. This is a fact, whether you like it or not, based on what came out in the last 3 weeks. And things change so fast in AI. I stay on top of this as much as I can. Bill, you have a meeting with an industrial owner to sell a portfolio in 4 days. So today, what you and Matt could do is you can create every piece of marketing material within 4 days using AI tools. The PowerPoint presentation, or you guys use your StoryBrand presentations. You can build all the messaging. You can go in right now today, once you know you have a meeting in 4 days, you can write to every tenant or investor, depending on what you're spending this opportunity is, right? And give them a preview of the opportunity. You'll have a qualified list of tenants and investors before you even go to the pitch meeting. You will, because in the next 3 days, you'll create every single voicemail drop, text drop, personalized video where Bill says to everyone individually, hey, Jan, hey, Janet, hey, Joe, hey, Steve, coming out of Bill's lips on a video, which exists today, the same message about this opportunity. So you do all that. You can do that all today. And so you go to the listing and you tell the opportunity, you tell your prospect, look, well, here's the difference to why Colliers should get this listing, why this team, McGregor and Condon, will be better than anyone else. Besides all the great things you guys do and what you do, and I've seen what you do, and that's why I had you guys go last, because your presentation is phenomenal. But now with AI, speed. Because we know, as of this recording, this afternoon, the Fed's going to increase interest rates by projected 25 bips, right? We know that. So speed kills everything. It just does. So Mr. Owner, tell what I'm going to do. As soon as you give me the listing, I'm going to call my office, and within the next 10 minutes, we're going to reach out to 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 20,000. You put the number. Investors, tenants, tell them all about this opportunity. Voicemail, text, email, video, all personalized. And I'll tell you what, in 3 days, 3 days, I'll come back to you with a list of qualified owners or tenants, and we'll have an answer for you within 1 week. Bill, that technology exists today. Imagine what's going to happen in a month, in 6 months. That's why I'm excited. That's where it's going.
It's unreal. It's unreal.
Love it.
Game changer.
Love your passion. I love it. Rod, tell us about, if you can, obviously, you're the best author in our space. I think every broker has read your first book, Brokers Who Dominate. Teams Built to Dominate, your second one, and Knowing Isn't Doing. You got a fourth one coming out. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. So what we did was, and it's so weird. 2 years ago, it was getting close to the 10-year anniversary of the first book. And so I said, let's go back and look at where those folks are now, because we've gone through several cycles since that book came out.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then a couple things happened that just didn't allow me to focus on the book. And so it took two years to write the book. I didn't write it with ChatGPT, which I could now probably write in a week.
That's right.
It took me 2 years to write the book. And actually, it's fantastic because the book's about looking at these individuals, of which you guys are in the book, obviously. Right? Look at these individuals and what they've done through the cycles to continue to not only retain, but some people attain dominant positions in the marketplace. So frankly, I'm glad I delayed the book. I really am, because the market's shifting, and I think it's a better time. I think we'll get that book out in mid-June,
Great.
maybe early July, but I'm pushing mid-June. I'm excited about it. Looking, and we just focused on, look, between the brokers who dominate and teams who dominate, we had 40 profiles to focus on, and we cut it down to the best of the best stories. You guys are in there. So it's about, I think, 16 to 18 stories of brokers in different levels and how they've adapted to market changes and what they're thinking about in the future.
And and what's the title?
It's called Dominators.
Dominators.
Commercial
Love
real
it.
estate brokers dominators.
I love that.
So good.
You guys are dominators.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to start calling myself the Dominator. Yeah. That's so great, Rod.
I'm going to get a chest tattoo, Dominators.
Yeah, there you go.
Chapter 3.
Yeah. Rod, before you wrap up, talk about opportunities for brokers to engage with, some upcoming opportunities for brokers to engage with the Massimo Group.
Yeah, we recognize, we're I'll be the first, Frank, we're not the Walmart of coaching. We're just not. Right?
Yep.
So I like more of a Neiman Marcus type of program. But that said, we do have programs for every single commercial, I'll stress commercial, we're not a residential coaching firm, we're not. Commercial real estate broker who's committed to their success. We have programs for every budget. We have programs starting for as little as $79 a month, let's just say, and up. Okay. And so, yeah, check us out at Massimo, Massimo -group.com. All our programs are there, outline everything. You can learn about what we do and how we do it. And if you're committed to your success, we can definitely help you achieve your goals.
Rod, I want to say thank you so much for being on the show. More importantly, thank you for your years of friendship, your mentorship, including us in the books, inviting us to MassimoCon. Thanks for everything. It's been a pleasure to get to know you and consider you a great friend.
Well, Matt, it's my pleasure. I still remember the first day I actually met you physically. And we looked at each other and went, hey, we know each other. It was awesome in Chicago. So guys, it's been a blast. You guys dominate. Let me tell your audience, these two, industrial, real estate, these two dominate. They are the brokers who dominate.
Thanks, Rod.
Rod,
Appreciate
thanks
it.
so much. Appreciate you.
Take care, guys.